Community interest company Board in the City is looking to raise funds by the 5th of November in a Kickstarter campaign that allows individuals to pledge amounts from £5 upwards, contributing towards the total needed of £13,000 so they can set up a cafe in Southampton focused on board games.
That is literally just to raise monies for a deposit for a property, the first quarter rent and the legal fees. It's so on one hand that we get an income so that we can spread the community aspect of our business even further afield than what we're doing so far. It's been really successful. And secondly, so we've a social hub for all the gamers out there. There's quite a few in Southampton.
Board in the City's creative director devised one of the giant versions of board games that they take out into the community for free to pull the community together.
The thing I love about board games is the interactivity. So it just teaches, especially with their kids, teaches them how to interact with each other. Like there are some games like Pandemic, which is just here, where you actually work together. So a lot of people will know games like Monopoly and Scrabble where you're all competing. There's not many meaningful choices. But in these games, especially with like cooperative games, teach people how to work together, come to the common goal. Other games will just teach you how to think creatively, strategically, tactically.
Hayley worked in a secondary school for 10 years, specialising in working with disaffected students and encouraging inclusion. Board in the City have now taken board games into 3 schools this year with fantastic benefits.
I've always done gaming in one aspect or another through secondary, and I tried it this year at primary and we turned around a whole year 6 group. We had one young gentleman who was really switched off in December time. We did gaming in the school from January to July and he was a different child, and he ended up winning a cup from us called the Games Masters Cup, and his mum came up to us and she couldn't believe what had happened. She said that he didn't shut up about us. We applied for some games from one of the gaming companies and I explained how well they'd done. They sent them to us for free. He was so chuffed that he would then want to disseminate everything that he'd learnt through gaming through to other year groups. So it really re-engaged him back into his learning and he was able to successfully sit his SATs. They just thrive exponentially from playing board games, from either being too cocksure about themselves and reining their neck in to just growing as individuals. We were working with a young lady and she's like you might say a really poor attendance, not a school refuser but struggles to get to school. We did our first session last week. By this week the group got bigger by 50% and she came along last week when we did the gaming with her on the Tuesday. By the Thursday we'd had an email from the school, Mum falling over herself, where are you based, my daughter really wants to work, come along and play with you. You get that response in less than a week and it just makes you get out of bed every morning. It's incredible.
If you want to join the Kickstarter campaign, then a £10 pledge to Board in the City gets a dedication and ice. This is Shan Robins for Solent News Now.